Hey everyone, it's Saanvi Boyapati,
Saanvi Kallepalli,
and Ahana Chindarkar.
and this is the second episode of our podcast,
Momentum!
Today's episode, we're joined by
our friend Max,
and my friend, Mr. What's It.
Yeah, there's no one there.
Who?
Mr. What's It?
He's here right now?
Do you guys not see, the clock in front of you? No.
Okay.
Okay. All jokes aside, guys, today we're going to be talking about Stranger Things and basically about the teen mental health that's shown in it. And mostly they're not spoilers, but if you haven't watched the show, we recommend that you pause and come back to this once you have. So who wants to start us off today?
Me. So as you can see, our friends over here are devouring Max, which is going to be our representative from Stranger Things. So as you know, if you watch the show, Max struggles a lot with mental health, especially in season 4, with the passing away of her brother Billy. And she sees therapists and she pushes away her friends as well. So what we're going to talk about is really what is mental health and how people cope with it. There's also a lot of different variants of mental health, so we'll also cover that as well.
So one specific type of mental health that we see in Stranger Things is in season 4 we see Max. She's grieving over her dead brother Billy, who is passed away. And so we see her coping with it in a lot of different ways. I feel like one way in which we genuinely see her trying to help her mental health, or her escaping Vecna, is through music. Like when she is in Vecna's mind and she is trying to get out of that prison cell. It's like how many teens are they're trying to get out of that depression. She uses music as a way to cope with it. So she always uses that one song, Running Up That Hill, her favorite song, as a way to prevent Vecna trying to get her. It's her coping music, and I feel like that's a lot of stuff that many teens do. For an example, for me, I usually listen to upbeat music, hype music, whenever I'm feeling down. Whenever I'm feeling a bit sad about something, I usually play those upbeat hype music. Go for a run, honestly, because it's also a great way to de-stress. Another different ways is even in season 5, we start to see her dynamic of ways to cope, stress, kind of differentiate. It's no longer, she's not so dependent on music anymore. She rather thinks on the people who she loves, such as Lucas, her boyfriend. So what do you guys have any thoughts on that, basically on mental health and how Max copes with it?
I think that the show does a really good job at showing how Max uses it as a coping mechanism, but at the same time, I feel like music therapy is actually a really powerful tool. Did you guys know that it's real and stuff?
Yes.
Did you guys know that a lot of people use it as a complementary form of therapy, meaning that they use it along with something else? And there's a few different types and everything. For example, I think a lot of them, we honestly use them in real life. For example, there's receptive, which is kind of like what you said. You use music to relax or calm down. And there's song analysis, where you listen to music and you listen to the lyrics of a song to kind of express your emotions through somebody else's words. And you can also, just by playing music, by creating music, by singing along to music, that's just another way to get out your emotions non-verbally. So all of those are actually really good ways to cope and deal with problems, whether they're just about stress at school or if they're about grieving over the loss of a loved one.
Another way that it's represented in Stranger Things is when this is spoiled for season 5, by the way. When Max and Holly are leaving Vecna's like lair, and she finds out that the reason she is able to escape is not because of the music, but rather her love for Lucas. Sorry, and Holly is the necklace that Mike made for her. So something you maybe feel powerful in, or a hobby you really love. Oh. Is a really good way to help cope with stress or mental health in general.
Right. Like as we even see with other characters, for example, like the core four, like Will, Lucas, Mike, and Dustin, they have different ways of coping. Like, for example, we see Will after he's done like with the Demogorgon, like after he's back from getting taken away, kidnapped, he like copes with his friends and he's like trying to get them all to play D&D. I don't know, but I feel like that's also one thing that's really important within those four, like playing games. Like, for example, just hanging out with your loved ones again, like how what's her name Max was about with Lucas. Just like being there for others can help decrease like loneliness, you know?
And I think that's a really good point with like the whole loneliness epidemic right now. But also I feel like the biggest thing that we should really focus on when it comes to Will as a character is his like fear when Vecna got into his mind. And I think honestly, like maybe in real life there's no Mr. What's It or Vecna or whatever, but there's still like I feel like a lot of people still have like problems, and they have like that little voice in their head saying like, oh, like they're talking bad about you, oh, like this person doesn't like me, like people have things like that. And I feel like the biggest thing that really helped Will was talking when he came out in season 5. Like I think that really helped him, and I think that's like, just a really good way is like talking to people, talking to your peers and your family.
Another thing we can see is that Will, he grows from season 1 to season 5. You can see that he can see that Vecna is definitely hurting, and he sees that, well, we're kind of similar. He uses similarities to help him grow, but also you can just really see that he's changed and become more confident in himself, especially when he talks to Robin about how he feels. Like Saanvi was saying, that talking to someone is really helpful. Not necessarily a therapist, but maybe just a friend.
Okay, guys, that's all for today's episode. So remember to keep it real,
Keep it rolling.
And don't forget to
keep the momentum. Bye.